Right, but first it's time for my election connection. Because what's happening here is we are getting the sense that there will be a landslide Labour victory for this next coming election. Is that dangerous? OK, so the two pollsters are Savanta and Salvation. And first let's take a look at the Labour Party and what the polling says about them. Now, apparently, according to the Salvation poll, the Labour Party will achieve 456 seats. That's a huge amount of seats, a massive majority. Let's take a look at what the Savanta poll says, though. Well, they're saying that 46% of people are intending to vote Labour as well. So that is a huge swing towards the Labour Party. But what about the Tory Party? How does polling look for them? Let's have a look. OK, so the Conservatives are on course to win 72 seats. Now, that is one of the lowest sets of seats they've ever had. That is according to the Salvation poll. But let's have a look at what Savanta say. They're saying that only 21% of people actually intend to vote for the Conservative Party right now. But let's be fair, there are a lot of people who are undecided at this stage, and even some who are saying they're voting Labour are wobbling. Right, let's take a look at the Liberal Democrats. The Liberal Democrats are on course, apparently, to win 56 seats. That is according to a Salvation poll. That's actually pretty good polling for them as it goes. But in terms of voting intention, what does the Savanta poll say? Well, 11% of people are suggesting that they may well vote for the Liberal Democrats. Right, next up, Reform UK. 7 seats now. A lot of people weren't expecting that. In fact, a lot of polling had said that they'd only get 2 or 3. But here on the Salvation poll, it's saying 7 seats. In terms of voting intention, about 13%, according to Savanta, say that there is intention for people to vote Reform. As ever, it's a very rocky time. Lots of things are changing. Next up, we have the Greens. They are on track to have 1 seat. That is according to the Salvation poll. But how many people actually intend to vote for them? Well, on the Savanta poll, the voting intention for the Greens is at 4%. Now, as we know, with this election fever, lots of things are changing, lots of hot potatoes going on as we speak. All of this could change. Who have we got next? Let's see. Oh, that's it. That's it. Right, well, listen, next up, let's go to Tom Harwood and find out his thoughts on a potential Labour landslide.
The polls might be showing different headline numbers, but they're all telling the same story. And that story is a huge gap between the Labour vote and the Conservative vote. And when we're looking at how these majorities are made up in the House of Commons, the absolute number of votes doesn't matter as much as the gap between first and second place. After all, the Prime Minister who received the most votes in any election in the history of the United Kingdom was John Major in 1992. He only got a slither of a slim majority, but that's because the Labour Party got a lot of votes as well. It's quite possible that Keir Starmer, in fact, maybe it's probable that Keir Starmer will get fewer votes than Boris Johnson did in 2019, but many, many more seats. Why? Because of the gap between the Labour vote and the Tory vote, the split on the right that is being shown in poll after poll after poll. In many, many seats that might be traditionally Conservative, if half of people go for one of the right-wing parties and half go for the other right-wing party, the Labour Party or the Lib Dems come through the middle. And that's what we're seeing in these seat-by-seat polls, these multi-level post-stratification and regression analysis polls, incredibly complicated polling, telling the same story. The Conservatives could well come under below 100 seats. They've never fallen that low in their history, not since 1834, when the party was founded.
Tom Harwood, thank you very much. That is Tom Harwood out there with his thoughts. Thank you so much. Right, but of course, as we know with polling, that is a snapshot of the moment right now, and things could change.